Good morning. So I have a sound healing experience coming up tomorrow, which is all about releasing control in your life and embracing flow in your life. And this is something that I have a lot of experience with. Um, I would not be doing what I'm doing now if I hadn't gone through that practice in my life and released the control of what I thought I was supposed to be doing and what I was trying to do. I was in a situation where I was in a successful band, and I did that for about a decade. Um, and even though that wasn't necessarily a lot of fun for me anymore, I was still really trying to make that happen, really working with that. Um, and at some point, I realized, or it maybe even wasn't a realization. I just stepped away from that ambition, from trying to control everything, and I allowed myself to just be free in my life for a period of time. And that's when I started exploring sound in different ways, as well as consciousness. I started going to sound healing events and practicing meditation, and I started to get into things like tuning forks and um, toning, and eventually singing bowls and singing with the singing bowls in the way that I do now. But it wasn't something I was planning on doing, and I certainly never saw myself as a sound healer. But here I am, 10 years later, doing it with a fair degree of success and enjoying it immensely. To be honest, far more than I ever enjoyed living on a tour bus and playing rock shows every night. Um, and it really came about because I just kind of released myself to the winds of the flow of my life, to kind of start following, to, to start focusing more on awakening and following my higher path, my soul's journey, my reason for being here, and just openly exploring different things. And I ended up where I am now because of that. And that's what tomorrow's sound healing experience is going to be all about. We're going to get nice and relaxed in the sound, um, allowing ourselves to start just releasing control. Just to stop with the thoughts about what we think we're supposed to be doing, and allowing ourselves to first of all just breathe and feel alive, and from that space of relaxed release, allowing ourselves to start to welcome into our lives those things that are waiting there from a higher perspective, the things that are maybe more in line with our dharmic path that we're not even aware of yet. The same way I wasn't even aware of sound healing as being an option. Allowing allowing ourselves to just release, relax, and open up, to move into alignment with those things that are there waiting for us. Um, and I think this is a an amazing way of just kind of releasing control. Sound can be so beneficial with shutting down the parts of the brain that are always yapping at you and trying to keep you in line. Sound has a magical way of kind of turning off that monkey mind for a lot of people, and helping to get into deeply relaxed states, getting down into the theta state where we're more open and more aware, um, on a different level than the conscious mind, than the logical mind is presenting to us. Um, and regardless of if you can make the sound event tomorrow, allow yourself the time to just um, feel into things a little bit more. Stop trying to do the things that you think you should be doing, and start feeling into what is there for you, or releasing the need to be pursuing the things that you think you should be doing. Because when it comes down to it, even though your mind may not let you may not let you bring it to the front of your consciousness, you know what is working for you, what feels in alignment, and what is not in alignment. And it's not always easy to accept the fact that something that you've been working so hard at, for, in my case, decades wasn't accepting the fact that that wasn't in resonance with me anymore. It wasn't in alignment with what I was feeling called to be doing. And I had, at that period of my time when I made these massive shifts, and it wasn't like it happened instantaneously. It was a process that lasted several years, just allowing myself to release into it. Um, and yeah, I think it's important to remember to do that. And I'm not saying that you have to give up on your dreams. I'm just saying allow yourself to be a little bit more open in your exploration. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. Your brain doesn't always know what's best. Your logical thinking isn't always guiding you in the direction that your heart is, because we're so easily programmed by societal values. And in my case, this the societal values of music were telling me if I wanted to be successful, I had to be a rock star with songs on the radio and all that stuff. And I did that. I was very fortunate, but it never deeply resonated. Don't get me wrong. There were periods of my life that were absolutely amazing, but when it came down to it, and it came down to how I wanted to live my life past my 20s and 30s, you know, I needed to find a different path. And deep down, I knew that. And releasing into the flow and allowing myself to just be in the world in open exploration, playing with sound, which was what I was called to do, just in states of joy, just in openness, without any judgment about it. It completely changed my life. So I hope that helps you think about things in a different way, in some way, opens you up in some way. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you.